Hello everybody and welcome to a new vlog. It's not morning anymore, so I can't say good morning everybody. It's actually the afternoon and it is getting to that time of day where I'm starting to get a little bit peckish. I don't really want a cup of tea and a piece of cake. Well, I do, but I'm thinking about some healthier things to eat, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute. The reason why I'm a little bit late today with the vlog is I have been struggling with my face and more so my hormones. So I have had another flare-up of this kind of menopausal, perimenopausal blepharitis that I get. The last flare-up I had was when I was in Vienna visiting Mr. N, and I had a deadline in which I had to do a video for my eyebrows. So that was quite stressful. Here it's just with you guys vlogging, so you see me warts and all. I don't know whether you can see, I'm going to come a little bit closer to the camera, but this time it's under the eyes. I woke up yesterday and I looked like a bloodhound. My eyes were really saggy underneath, very, very puffy. I've been trying to use my little kind of eye implement on there, and I will show you that as well at some point in time because it is very effective. I've put calamine lotion on and it's just a real pain. So if you do get this, you can, and I usually get it on the top of the eyelids. This time it's underneath and a little bit on the top. If you get it, then, and you've got any great kind of remedies that work, preferably natural remedies, let me know, or ointments that you can put on as well over the counter, preferably. I don't want to go to the doctor. Yeah, then that would be fantastic. So if you've got any advice, just let me know because I know I am not the only one that has this. Anyhow, let's get on to my healthy little snack that we're going to have. So I'm going to make some of my little it's like a frittata, but I do them in muffin tins, so they're really easy to get rather than slicing a frittata and having to put it in the freezer. These work really well in the freezer. They can freeze for about 3 or 4 months, and I just get them out of the freezer, heat them up in the air fryer or the microwave, and well, rather the air fryer, and I just eat them that way. So I'm going to make them. I think I have a recipe already on the website that I call Magic Muffins, but I'm going to readjust it and I will redo the recipe and then I will link it below. The one thing I do want to do is I want to use some veg from the garden. So you're going to come with me into the garden and see what we've got so I can put it in the actual muffin mix. But I'll show you what I've got so far. It doesn't look like much, but this is the start of my little frittatas. I want to make 6 in these muffin tins here, and I didn't buy the right papers to put inside, so I had to kind of cut them, and they're a bit of a faff. So I am hoping that they are going to come out of the tin. Let's hope. So I'm going to do 6, and this fits in the air fryer. So I'm going to do them in the air fryer, and I'll show you how easy they are to do in the air fryer. I have 6 eggs, so 1 per muffin tin, kind of works out. I have a capsicum that I cut up, a red capsicum. I unfortunately don't have it in the garden this year. And I've got some feta, and feta kind of gives it this kind of decadent thing. You don't have to put feta in if you don't want to. And everything else I am going to get from the garden. You could also, if you wanted to, you could put some bacon in, or you could slice some salami in it as well. But the main thing with this is the ingredients are kind of exact so that you don't, if you put too much veg into the mixture will go really, really watery. So that's why I will rejig the recipe and I will link it below for you. But let's go into the garden, and before I say that, I just want to say hello to my new subscribers that I've got, and thank you for subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We all say this for a reason, and it's because it's just really encouraging for us to making these videos if we actually have subscribers. So that's why it's important. And also if you hit the like button as well, that gives me a thumbs up, and it's just great encouragement. I also want to tell you what is coming up in the vlog. This time in the vlog, I am going to be doing a new kind of fashion idea. I have one foundation piece. I've done this before. I did it with my brown linen shirt. I've got one foundation piece and I'm going to be doing 4 outfits through the foundation piece, and it's just started to rain. And then I'm also going to show you a makeup, and a makeup in particular for people my age, which is over 55, for eyes, especially for eyes that have got hooded bits over the top. That is my vlog, and some extra things as well. So let's go outside. It's raining. Well, okay, I'm going to dodge the rain. Let's go. So the first thing I'm going to get is some spring onions. I don't need many, but I've got a few big ones in here. I'm just going to get, I'll get 3 spring onions, and that should be enough. So that's my first thing. So here they are. They're very nice, these spring onions. And now I'm going to get some spinach, and I'm going to get the spinach. If you watch my last vlog, I mentioned that I had 2 types of spinach, and one of them, the red veined one, is starting to bolt, which means that it's struggled with the temperatures being quite high and being quite low. The other one is doing really well. So I'm going to get the one that's bolting. Let's go. Okay, this is what I mean by bolting. The spinach wants to start to flower and go to seed, and then it's finished its life. The other spinach that's doing really well is this one here, and you can see there's no flower head coming up, so that spinach is doing really well. But I know that that other spinach is actually a spinach that tolerates temperatures that go up and down. But let me just show you, can I just show you how beautiful this spinach is? Look at the lovely red stem on it, and look at the red vein. This spinach is called red rubino, and it does really well in pots as well. And I love this spinach for salad spinach. We also had it, I think it was in the last vlog as well. We had it in an omelette, didn't we, Mr. N? Maybe. Wasn't it in an omelette? So I'm just going to take this spinach and I'm cutting it off just where I know it's going to grow a few more leaves. Then I'm going to pull it out because I've just resown this spinach into modules, and I'm hoping that the weather is going to kind of stabilize, which might mean that it's going to be cold. But spinach is a cold-loving plant, so I'm hoping that the next lot of spinach that I've sown will be okay. Right, so I'm back in the kitchen and the sun's come out, would you believe, after dodging all those showers. These things are really easy to make. All you've got to do is you have to chop up your veg or your bacon or whatever you want. If you are going to do with bacon, you might want to cook the bacon first. That's probably a good idea. Or you could use ham. That's quite a good thing because you don't have to cook the ham. It's already done. In fact, I probably would do ham. I am going to now chop up the veg. Then I've got the 6 eggs. I put it in a bowl, a big bowl. I mix the 6 eggs first of all. I just do a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I mix everything else that I've chopped up into the mix, and that is it, including the feta. And then they will go into the muffin tray here, and then it goes in the air fryer. So when I do the air fryer, I will show you that. Right, so here is the mixture. It is mainly veg. I mean, I did have 6 eggs in here, but you can just see that it is full of veg and cheese. And now I'm going to carefully ladle these into my prepared muffin cases. So, and just pray that they then come out of here. Okay, so now I'm going to do them in the air fryer. Of course, you can always do them in the oven, but because I am only doing 6 at a time, you know, I know I am a little bit late to the party about air fryers, but since I have had the air fryer, I've been using it a lot because it saves on energy so much. And our oven takes, I would say, a good, if I wanted to do it at 160 Celsius, it would take at least 5, maybe 8 minutes to heat up. And this particular air fryer, this is by a company called cosy or kozori. You can get it on Amazon and I will link it below. This is what they call their dual blaze, so that it heats from the top and the bottom. This thing, you don't have to preheat at all, and that is wonderful. I think when they started making air fryers, you had to preheat them, and now afterwards, after quite a while of having air fryers out, you don't have to preheat. And this is very smart looking. I've got it in my little kind of alcove here next to the fridge. It also, the tray is fabulous because the tray I can just take out and it fits perfectly in my sink. So I just wash it that way. It has a little divider that you can put down, so it doesn't have the 2 different trays, but it has dual function. So what you can do is you can heat up, we put the divider in and you can just heat up one side if you want to. So that is fabulous, but I'm going to use the whole thing. And here are my little muffins. I am going to put them in here. I'm going to cook them slow, first of all. I've had this air fryer for a little while now, so I kind of know how it works. So it's all very, very flat on the top. There are no buttons, so you don't have to worry about cleaning. It's a bit like a kind of one of those conductive hobs. So I'm going to choose, I'm not doing one zone or the other. I'm going to choose what they call the grand zone, and I'm going to air fry. And also you can adjust your temperature, you can adjust your time as well. But I'm going to do these at 160 to start off. In actual fact, I might do them at 165 just to start them off and see how they go. And I'm going to do them, so it's 165 Celsius, which I'm not quite sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but I'm sure people that use Fahrenheit know exactly what that is. And I'm going to do them for 10 minutes, first of all, just to then I will double check them because they are going to rise quite a lot. When they're like any frittata or muffin, in fact, because they're more based on a muffin, when they're ready, you should be able to put a skewer in and it will come out kind of clean. And then that's it. And then they're done. And then they're in the papers already. You don't have to have them in the papers. You can just have them as separate muffins without muffin papers. What are they called? Cases, that's the word I'm after. And there we are, we've got it on. And yeah, and then like I said, you can freeze them, and that then is going to be a perfect little snack for me to have in the afternoons and for breakfast, because they're a great breakfast snack as well. I would say for breakfast, depending on how big an eater you are, 2 is more than enough. And I will come back and show you the end result. Here are my little frittata muffins. muffins. So in the end, I did them for 10 minutes on 160 degrees Celsius in the air fryer. And then I hoiked up the temperature a little bit to 180, and I did it for another 5 minutes or so because I wanted the tops to be brown. And I took them out of my kind of homemade muffin cases. And here, I'm eating the most dodgiest here. And I'm going to try it. Delicious, really delicious. And you can just see if I'd put any more veg in there, it would get very, very wet inside because of the tomatoes. But that is just delicious. And Mr. N's looking at me like he wants a little bit as well. So this is a perfect snack to have. It is low in fat. Well, okay, you've got a bit of feta in there. Low carb, high protein, fresh, no sugar. Fantastic little snack. It'll be linked below, and you'll go over to my website and my recipes on the website. I'm going to enjoy this. Good morning, everybody. I'm back in the dressing room, just getting ready. I don't know what that is. Anyhow. Okay, so I nearly ate all of my little muffins last night, my frittata muffins, but I did leave myself, I think I left 3. They were meant to be kind of like an entree before dinner or a starter before dinner, but that just never happened. Anyhow, so I've got 2 for breakfast today, and because I need a kind of quick breakfast today. I've got a client this morning, and then later on this afternoon I've got a meeting later on this afternoon, and then I want to get a little bit of gardening done because the weather at the moment is really up and down. So you get like torrential rain. Yesterday we had hail, and then we get lovely sunshine. So there's quite a few bits and bobs that I want to get done in the garden, especially seed sowing. For me, August, September are big seed sowing times for me again. It's like spring all over again. And I'm talking about veg seed. So there's a few things. I ordered some seeds, and they came, and yeah, so I've got a few of those to do as well. So I just want to make the most of this weather as much as possible before it gets really, really cold. So the reason why I switched you on here in the dressing room is I wanted to just go through a little makeup with you. I haven't done a makeup thing for quite a while, and this is kind of an autumnal, it's mainly about the eyes, an autumnal smoky look, but being bright at the same time. I find that now that I'm in my late 50s, my eyelids in particular are starting to kind of sag, and I'm getting this kind of, especially on this one. I mean, we're not even, are we? So this one in particular is quite saggy. And so when I do a makeup on my eyes, I try to kind of always feel as though I'm opening them up more and brightening them a lot more. So I've just done my base, and I don't need to talk to you about that because it's just a normal base. I had to put a little bit of extra concealer under my eyes, even though I do look a little bit kind of saggy baggy under the eyes because I've had this blepharitis. Anyhow, let's talk about this makeup. There are 2 palettes that I'm going to use, and they're both by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I don't know whether you've used her eye palettes before. These are the little mini versions that I get because I like to take them with me when I travel. The first one is Modern Renaissance. That's the first one. And the second one is Sultry. Now, one of them, I will put the links of them below because I think I got one from Boots, and I got one from, might have been Look Fantastic, but I will link them below. If you've used Anastasia Beverly Hills before, you will know that the quality of the product is fantastic. And so I'm going to go from both of these. Of course, you don't need both palettes, and you don't actually need the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. You could just find the color that is very, very similar, and I will go through everything with you to get the colors. Okay, so the first palette that I'm going to use, and this is probably the palette that I use the most, is the Sultry palette. Here are, let me just see whether I can do that. There we are. Here are the colors that you get in the Sultry palette. And as you can see, we've got lots and lots of browns and a black in there as well. Really beautiful, beautiful colors. There are 4 shimmery colors. The colors that I'm going to use out of this, the 2, is I'm going to use the top one here. Now this here is my base. This is a matte shadow. I don't often use shimmery shadows for a base on my eyes anymore. I used to when I was younger, but I just find that when you're a little bit crepey in there, if you start using something shimmery, it accentuates the crepiness and the lines in there. So that's the one I'm going to use as my kind of matte base color, and that color is called Twig in this palette here. I'm going to blend it up towards the brow bone, and because what this does is it creates a kind of smooth and a bright base. So let's do that then. I'm just using, you can use whatever brush you want. The amount of amount of powder that you get on here is quite a lot, so I kind of tap it. I always tap it on my hand, because you will get quite a lot of what's called fallout, which is a little bit unfortunate, that term, and underneath the eye here. Now if you're really worried about it, or if you're going somewhere really special, just get yourself a tissue or get yourself a little cotton pad and put it under the eye. I'm not too worried about it because I'm just doing this for the camera, and I'm going back in to my hand here and just using the rest right up to my brow bone. This is a beautiful color. Like I said, it's called Twig. It gives a, it evens out the eyelid without going too bright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the brightness in after I've applied these shadows first. I've just got a mirror in front of me because I can't really do it in my phone mirror. So that's what I'm going to do there. That's enough. That's kind of provided a base. And as you can see, it's hardly any color whatsoever, but it's just enough. And I have got, look how much powder has come off there. Let's blow that away. Yes, absolutely beautiful. Really, you know, these colors are just fabulous. Okay, now we're going in for the next color. And this is just a deeper shade, and this shade is called Dystopian. I'm going to blend this. I'm going to go from the outer corner of my eye upward into the crease, and then I'm going to put a little bit on my lower lash line as well, and that then creates a kind of, creates the smokiness that you want to look at. So with that, I go in for a crease brush. I've got these MAC brushes that I use. Just get rid of that. And but again, you can use any brush that you particularly like. Again, we've got so much color on here, look. So I start kind of from the outer corner here. You could also use a fluffier brush. I'm going to finish it with a fluffier brush to blend, but I normally find that this, I think this is a, I can't see, 217. Yeah, this is a 217. I find a 217, MAC 217 is really, really good for crease. Now you can see the color is the darker colors coming in here. It blends beautifully. Did I tell you it was called Dystopian? What a great name. It blends beautifully with the color, the base color called Twig as well. It's funny because when I was younger, I used to always think smoky colors were always done in blacks and grays. But because I'm green-eyed and blonde, I find the browns suit me much better. but I wear a lot of brown. I wear a lot of brown in clothing. I wear a lot of brown in makeup as well. So that's the crease done. As you can see, it's very, very natural. And now I'm going to go under the eye. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a tapered brush to go under the eye. And then I will just, oh, wow, the coverage of this is amazing. It's like an eyeliner pencil. Look at that. I will blend it out in a minute. Now I'm going in with this. This is my kind of brush that I use. Again, this is another MAC. It's a kind of little diddy brush, and I will give you the number again if I can see it. My eyesight in here is terrible. Well, my eyesight's good because I went and had my eyes tested, didn't I, when I had that blood vessel done. 219. Got my glasses. Many, many pairs of glasses. These are only the glasses I should say, because I'm Australian, from that I got from the chemist, you know, the magnifying ones. There we are. So that's it. You could blend more. If you blend more underneath your eye, then what's going to happen is you're going to get a smokier look. And all this does is, this doesn't, rather than putting liner on the inside, didn't we used to do that? I'm going to come to that in a minute. But liner on the water, they call the water line on the inside. When you get older, that has a tendency to close your eyes a lot more. So whenever I put any kind of liner, I always put it underneath and I smudge it out as much as I possibly can. Because then if you smudge it out, the eyes still stay quite open. And before I start faffing around and putting more colour on, I'm going to go on with the next step. So the next thing I'm going to do, which is a little bit different, when I, up until about a couple of years ago, I would always apply my eyeliner on top of my lid and, you know, do this kind of winging out effect. And that's fine. That works. Sometimes it works, depending on what you've got as a shadow. But what I do now is, so that it just gives me a little bit of definition, looks as though I've got an eyeliner on, is I actually put the liner on the inside. Now, this is something that takes a little bit of practice to do. Because when you start, if you've never done this before, you're going to be, you might be, and see, I can't talk while I'm doing it. You might start, sticking the pencil in your eye, but it's really all about the pencil that you use. And this is a brand new one because I ran out of the other one. Now I'm going to have to put my glasses back on again to tell you. This is from a company called 𝑭𝒂𝒂𝒅. I love their stuff. And as far as I'm aware, the best place to buy their things is from Sephora. And yes, you can buy online from Sephora here in the UK. It's more or less next day delivery. And this is a 𝑭𝒂𝒂𝒅 Aqua Resist color pencil, and they mean aqua resist because it is waterproof. And if you're going to be putting a liner on the inside of the waterline, you kind of want it to be waterproof. Also, it helps being waterproof and being inside there. It helps if you do have kind of creased eyes like I do. And this color is number 2 ebony. It's kind of like a very, very dark brown. It's not quite black, but it's dark brown. It sells out quite a lot. So again, I'm going to link this below. Excuse me while I'm just going to put this on and then I'll talk to you. Okay, now I'm going to have to do a kind of close up. Can you see in there where the liner is? And then from a distance, it looks as though my eyes are I am wearing eyeliner. It's a lovely little technique, especially for people who have older eyes and eyes that are just that little bit more crepey. And again, this pencil, I will link it below. It is fabulous. It comes in a multitude of colors. So that's that. Now comes the game changer. So this, I am using the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia. Like I said, you don't have to use the exact palette, but they are worth it, definitely. They're only like 20, one of them's £20, one's like £28, and they are definitely worth it. I am going to use this color here. This is called Tempera. And what I'm going to do with that colour is I'm going to put it into the corner of my eye here and sweep it up onto the brow bone. And what that does is that opens up, brightens the eye, opens everything up and makes it beautiful. You can see it starts lightening everything. I'll show you in a minute properly. Let me just put this on. I'll show you what I mean. Beautiful. Let's look. There we are. Can you see? It's opened everything up much, much brighter because I've got this light color, especially on the inside here. I do get quite dark on the inside here, and it opens it up. Now I can apply a lot more color if I want to on the crease, but because I'm only got a client this morning, I think she might think something odd's going on. I'm gonna have to explain to her that I was doing a makeup. I've just lost something on the floor here. Okay, now what we're gonna do is I'm going to go in with a water resistant mascara as well. On both top and bottom layers, and the one that I really like is the Lancôme Idole. This is a great mascara. So let me just put that on. Now from here, I'll be able to work out whether I want just a little bit more color on the top of my lid or not with this mascara. I'm not a huge waterproof mascara lover because I find them quite difficult to get off. However, if you are going to get a waterproof mascara, you cannot go wrong with this one. This is a beautiful, the wand is beautiful. It's kind of got an elbow on it. And it applies fabulously. My eyelashes are doing weird things. I wonder if that's part of the blepharitis. I'm going to put that on the top and the bottom. I can see my eye is still a little bit yellow, you know, where I had that broken capillary. So it's still not 100%. Oh dear, let me fix that. There we are. I will take a photo of me in better light so you can see what's going on. So if you have got this on for this is a really good day look for me. But if you want just that little bit more smokiness, you can always go in with that darker brown and go above on the lid above and use it really. You can use it as like an eyeliner. I should have probably done this before my mascara, but I can still get in there. I can still see where I am here. And that just gives you a little bit more smokiness and depth for the evening. But I think for a day look, I would just kind of leave it. I think it's really, really natural. I do love it. Now, I was talking to you about eyeliner on the waterline. If you want to, and you want your eyes to pop, what you can do is, and this is for added brightness, I always have one of these here. I'm just trying to see what company this is. I can't see. I've put my glasses away. You can always go in with a kind of nude liner if you want to, and you can line the waterline. Again, I would use a waterproof. I don't think this is a waterproof one. But I would use a waterproof, and you can line in here, and that then really makes the eyes pop and really makes the eyes brighten. I'm not a big lover of it, but as you can see, it does make a big difference. So I'm just going to do my eyebrows now, put on a little bit of lippy and a bit of bronzer and blush, and then I'll come back and I will show you. I'll also put a photo up of me, and that's it. So it's pretty easy. So this is kind of like, I think it's kind of getting into the autumn time. The spring and summer to me was all about just mascara and a very, very nude eye. And I love this time of year because going now into the kind of cozy season, and it is feeling a little bit cozy, even though I'm wearing a t-shirt. The cozy season and definitely into winter, we can start to play more with colors on our eyes. So everything is going to be linked below. If there's any questions, if you've got any questions about anything, let me know, and I will be back in a minute. I've just changed my shirt and put on a bit of kind of seasonal lipstick as well, just to show you the difference. And I've got you on cinematic, so you can't see all the rubbish going on in the background. So this is the finished look. As you can see, my eyes are nice and bright, but a little bit smoky at the same time. And I'm very happy with it. It makes my eyes come out. Obviously wearing brown always makes my green eyes come out. I've got funny colored eyes. They're kind of a cross between green and blue. And yeah, there we are. That's my kind of seasonal, smoky, bright-eyed eye makeup for particularly for mature ladies, let's say, or mature people, let's say. Right, so now that I'm all dolled up, I want to go outside, and I noticed that in the front garden, our apple tree is, the apples are all falling off it prematurely this year, early, because it's been dry. But Mr. N tried one the other day, and they were really, really ready. Then my apples are not normally ready until October, November, but he said they were really sweet. So rather than waste them, I have dusted off the dehydrator, and now I'm thinking, okay, am I going to do them in the dehydrator, the oven, or the air fryer? And I'm going to dehydrate them. So I'm going to core them. I'm going to take out all the grubs and bits from them, and I am going to dehydrate them because I don't want to waste stuff that I grow. And also I've got some little pears out on the trees out the front as well. So I'm going to bring those in, and I'm going to slice those up and dehydrate them. I haven't done dehydrated fruit in a long time, but I do. It's really delicious. It is so much better than grabbing a chocolate to eat. And I chop them up and put them on my granola as well, which I'm actually I'm due to do some more granola. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting in the cozy spices. So I might even do like a chai spice granola. That might be quite interesting, with cardamom, a little bit of, well, obviously cinnamon, and I might do a few little cloves in there as well, just to kind of get into the cozy season now. So I want to do that this afternoon. I also have to do my try on this afternoon, which I will film for you guys as well. And yeah, but I'm all glammed up to be out the front picking apples, which suits me. So I will catch up with you later. Bye. Here they are. I've got all those trays there. I am going downstairs now, and I'm going to put them in the dehydrator and start it on 70 for the first hour. Yay! Right. I had to get rid of all the rubbish around this dehydrator because I haven't used it for ages. So down here, this is kind of like my gardening, throwing rubbish in room, and I have got this dehydrator here. It is an Excalibur, which is there, dehydration guide, and it has, and so what I've done is I have put all of the trays in. So I am now going to slide the little door down on this. There we are, that's it. Switch her on and put it up to 70. There we are. So that, like I said, when I leave this on 70, I'm going to leave this on 70 for an hour, and then I'm going to take it down to 60, and that will then continue doing the rest of the fruit for the rest of the time. And I'll keep an eye on it, make sure that I keep an eye on what's going on, and in a few days time, or maybe in 24 hours time, I will have some dried fruit, which is very exciting. So I'm back in my kind of happy place, which is my trying on room, and I'm struggling a little bit with the light, so just bear with me. When I step back and show you some stuff, it might be a little bit dark. So I have done a haul again from a few companies, oh excuse me, to do with one foundation piece. Okay, so the foundation piece that I have chosen is a classic houndstooth blazer. Not really me, but I thought, why not just push the boat out? And here it is. It is also double-breasted, which is a little unfortunate because double-breasted doesn't really suit me, but I want to style it open. I'm never going to close it, so I wanted to style it open. There was one that I wanted that was single-breasted, and it was on H&M, but it was sold out. So I then went to Mango. I love Mango clothes, and I feel that Mango clothes are really accessible for people. The price range is really, really good. So I've gone for Mango, and again, Mango has not disappointed at all. The fabric is beautiful. The make is beautiful. It is lined. It is gorgeous. I absolutely love it. I'm going to leave the tag on it. And again, I mentioned to you before that a lot of companies now are putting tags in places that you, in order to take them off, you have to cut the tag to take off, and then you can't wear it out. So they're putting it through buttonholes. They're putting them on hems as well. So yeah, and there you go. So I'm going to leave the tag on. So what I might try and do is when I style it, I might try and just stick it in so you don't see the tag, because the tag's on it because I haven't tried it on yet. And I want to see whether I like this style or not. Again, I'm going to mention Mango's beautiful quality. I absolutely love Mango clothing. They suit me, mid-sized people. Don't be scared of going to Mango. There will be always something that will fit you. I have another piece from them as well, and I'm sure it's going to fit me. Just for reference again, I am a size 18 UK. I am 5'8", 8.5", and I carry all my weight in my hips. And yeah, so let's try. So this is the staple. This is the foundation. It is Mango describes this as the micro, can you see that? I hope it's not strobing. Micro houndstooth. So it's not the really big gaudy one that I mean, I would never wear anyhow. I think actually I might have a dress in the wardrobe behind me, because the wardrobe behind me is all where I have all my stuff where I'm putting on vintage. And I think I actually have a big houndstooth pattern on that dress. And I never wore it. It's still got the tags on. So there you go. There we are. That is the foundation piece. I'm going to show you these outfits. Now, if this video becomes really, really long, I'm going to divide the outfits into this vlog and into the next vlog as well. But I just want to give you a really good review of what's coming up for the season. This is a wonderful layering piece. Blazers are great. I love blazers. I had a black one that I wore to death. All right, so that is the first piece, and I will show you what I'm going to put in the first outfit. Right, so this look here is what I kind of call the casual but polished look, if that makes any sense to you. So I'm going to talk about the positive. First of all, I just feel that the blazer just elevates the look from just a real casual look, which you will see in a minute when I take off the blazer. But the 𝑭𝒆𝒂𝒂𝒅 trainers give it this kind of contemporary look as well. I'm going to start with the positives, okay? So let's start with the blazer. I like it very much now, but is it me? I'm not really sure. I think it's going to go beautifully with the outfits that I've chosen, but I have actually, you can see I've just attached the tag in there with a safety pin because I'm thinking about whether it really suits me or whether I should get something that's single-breasted. So as I wear these outfits and show you these outfits, I'm making my mind up. But the fit is fabulous. It is typical it is a typical mango fit. Okay, so they go up very high with their sizing. I got a 1XL because I did their size guide, and if I was going to do this up, then this is absolutely perfect for me. So they do a 1XL, and I think they do up to a 3XL as well. And so I got a 1XL, and like I said, I'm a size 18, but I hold all my weight around my hips. I quite like where it's hitting here on the thigh, which is really good. It doesn't hit me up here in where my big area is. When I wear a jacket, I either have to wear it really cropped or underneath my biggest part, which is my hips. So that is the positive. That is a beautiful, beautiful jacket, fully lined jacket. Okay, I'm still going with the positives here. And this here is from H&M. This is a knit. They call it a knit t-shirt. The length of the arms is quite unusual because they go down to the elbow. The only reason I bought this one was because I wanted the color. I wanted it in like a beigey marley color. I did actually want to get the fine knit t-shirt, which I'm going to link for you below as well, but they didn't have my size, which is a pity. I love H&M knits. I think they work really well. They're probably maybe just 1 or maybe 2 seasons. They have a tendency to pill sometimes, but it's a great fit. I really like it. I think it's nice and kind of casual. Very, very nice. The next positive is the handball specials. Now, I showed you these earlier in the season because I got these in the spring, actually. So I have got the sambas, I've got the white and black sambas, and I have these specials. And they're like a kind of suede-y fabric, and they're the brown and the cream. And when you get Adidas trainers like this, you can alternate. So at the moment, I've got the cream laces in, but you can also put in brown laces as well if you want to. And so that's it. And so what I've done is I've also paired them with my little Monica Vinader, Hoogie earrings, which I just love saying. These are really popular, very, very popular on my Shop My and my LTK. So you guys obviously really, really like them. They are such a beautiful little hoop to wear because they're so easy. Right, now I am going to talk about the negatives, and that is H&M's sizing of trousers. I have to say this, I was thinking, should I or should I not? But I have to be really, really transparent with you guys about when you buy trousers from H&M, you really, really do not know what you are going to get when it comes to sizing. So these trousers are the high-waisted trouser in black, okay? First of all, the length. Let's talk about the length. I know they say they're high-waisted, but honestly, the length is just so short on me. I never normally have a problem with length. Well, I do with H&M, sorry. Secondly, they are not, well, I suppose they are high-waisted, but not high-waisted for me. Now, I had to lie on the bed and do the old, you know, I nearly had to get the coat hanger to do them up with the button, because look at this. I mean, it's pretty, I don't really want to show you. These are a size 18. They are so tight that I nearly left them undone because I thought there's no way that I'm going to be able to do them up. However, I did manage to do them up, and I'm going to be undoing them very, very quickly. I am long, very long-waisted, and they're not high-waisted enough for me. The bum is terrible. So if you do want these trousers, and remember, I'm 5'8", so maybe if you want something that's kind of up to your ankle, buy them. If you do want to buy them and you are less than 5'8", I would say you'd have to be at least 5'6" to wear these properly. And size up by a lot, definitely, because a UK 18 normally fits me with H&M, and I've got a feeling it's going to fit me because I've got two more pairs of jeans from H&M, and I want to show, I'm going to make a point about their sizing. You never can say, oh, well, I'm a size 18 with H&M, because it changes all the time according to what cut they have got. Usually doesn't with other companies with me. So these are definitely going back, because I would die having to wear them. But I thought I would take out my Louis Vuitton bag that I haven't actually put on Vinted yet, because I think this would go perfect, this Louis Vuitton bag. What I was thinking was that lovely little Gucci bag, I think it's called something like 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. That would look really beautiful with this as well. If you've got that, or if you've got like a vintage version of it, that would look perfect with this. It's just a little bit smaller. I will link it below, because I have seen it a couple of times on things, and they're always bringing out the new version of it as well. But it's really, really cute. Anyhow, this might be a little bit big, the Louis Vuitton. I'm still thinking about putting this on Vinted, everybody. So if you do follow me on Vinted, then you'll see it coming up. Right, that is look number one. I'm just wondering whether I need a break. So I think I have nailed it with this look. This is fantastic. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I've kind of darkened the palette a little bit. I have now got chocolate brown on the top, and I also have some penny loafers, which are chocolate brown as well. And it just makes it just that little bit more autumnal as well. But because I've added the jeans, the lighter colored jeans, it just lightens everything up as well. Gorgeous. I have two handbag suggestions with this. So let's just go ahead and talk about what I've got on so far, because I tell you now, the jeans are very interesting. All right, so we all know about this jacket here. Let's just take that off again. Gorgeous. I'm starting to really like the jacket. This is another knit t-shirt from H&M, and I really, really like this. But this feels really comfortable. Of course, I love the color because I love chocolate brown. This is called their fine knit t-shirt. I'm not going to even quote how much it costs because I have no idea, but it's really, really good. And they've got quite a lot of colors as well that you can choose from. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. All right, now with this outfit, everything is a positive. Now let me just show you something interesting. These jeans are exactly the same jean as the ones before. The only difference is they are a size up. They're a size 20. And I only got them because they didn't have any 18s. This is how weird the sizing is, okay? First of all, look at the length. Look how long they are. I mean, these are long, these jeans, really long. So you don't choose your length with H&M, you just get the length most of the time. Okay, so that's the first weird thing. I don't quite understand the difference between a size 18 and a size 20. Does that mean that that they think that you're going to grow an extra couple of inches? Or is it something to do with the weight issue that you're holding more, and I don't know. I really don't know. It is a total mystery. And if you have any idea, and if you do work for H&M and you can explain it, I'd really love to know what is the difference. I went on the website and I looked 2 or 3, maybe even 4 times to just make sure that these are the same jeans, and they are. These are the wide, high-waisted jean, okay? They're exactly the same as the other. And size 20, look how big they are on me. And the other ones I could barely even squeeze into. I mean, they're a lovely jean. They fit beautifully. I like them very much, and I think they look really nice with this chocolate. The other thing that I got from H&M, but they're not H&M brand, is these penny loafers here. Now, I don't think I've ever owned a pair of loafers, but I loved them. I loved that they're suede, that I loved the style of them because they're not too kind of chunky round here when you have the stitching. They are absolutely beautiful. And these are from And Other Stories. So that, and I do love their stuff. They're really love. They are, it says chrome-free tanned leather, which is important. Yeah, really gorgeous these are. I think they're about 120 pounds, something like that. They are fully lined and they fit me perfectly. I am a size UK 8, which is a 42 European size, and I really love the kind of sandwich effect that you've got this and you've got that. Is that what it's called? Sandwich effect? I don't know. Now I'm going to have to put the blazer back on because I want to show you the 2 handbags that I chose. I made a mistake with one of them, unfortunately, because that's the one that I would have kept for sure. Okay, so the first handbag, let's talk about the one that I didn't make a mistake with. This one here is a little ditty bag, and it's quite cute. It's not real leather, it's faux leather. It's from H&M. You could wear it over your shoulder if you want to, like so. So that's quite a nice look. I quite like that. It's a very nice little handbag here. You, excuse me, you can fit everything in it. Does the job. Excuse me, but like it very much. Might need to get a drink. It does up with a little fastening here. It's got no zip. I've left the tag on it because I've got a feeling that I'm not going to keep it. But nice. If you like that kind of style of bag, perfect. Absolutely perfect for this. Again, chocolate brown. Now this is the one I made the mistake with, and I'm quite upset I did, because this again is from Mango, but I got it in burgundy and I wanted it in chocolate brown, or brown at least, and I got it in burgundy. What a plonker. Beautiful bag. Beautiful bag. This is suede, this is real leather, and it's suede, and it is gorgeous. I will show you how it works, and see how it looks beautiful with this as well. I mean, if it was brown, it would go gorgeous with the shoes. Yeah. Unbelievable. See what happens when you do things quickly? Okay, so this is the bag. Like I said, it is real suede. It is absolutely beautiful. Mango makes beautiful bags. It has this kind of fastening again. It's just a magnet fastening. Oh, and that's quite interesting because I would have thought that they would have a zip in this, but they don't. Huh, that is interesting. They also have a little fastening here as well that you can fasten inside, like so, that way. And it has one zipped pocket there. So that makes me kind of change my mind a little bit. If it had a zip, I would really, really go for it. But see, the thing is with a bag this big is that you can carry a lot in this bag. So you'd be carrying like laptop and all sorts of things in this bag. And then I'm thinking about security. Anyhow, if you're up for a suede bag that doesn't cost a fortune, then this is gorgeous. They call it their shopper bag, which is obvious. Look how big, look how it opens up here. That's how deep it is. It's absolutely beautiful and it goes really nice with my outfit, which I did a great job. Yeah, I like this outfit. This is great. I really like the chocolate with the penny loafers. They're gorgeous, really gorgeous. Yeah, nice. What do you think? Right, everybody, I gave up on the clothing. Oh dear, I gave up on the clothing. After that whole palaver with the jeans, I've given up with it. And sorry, you're just a little bit on the wonk. So I am in the car now. It's a beautiful evening here. And I'm just on my way to Aldi because I noticed that I'm out of eggs and bread and all the kind of staples that you need. So I'm just going to go to Aldi, but I thought I would sign off here in the car. Because tonight I want to have an early night. My sleep hasn't been great, I must say. It's been a little bit. Let me just try and work out why you're moving. Can you see that you're moving? There we are. It hasn't been great, and the reason why I know it hasn't been great is, first of all, I know it hasn't been great, but also my ring. So it's been a year since I have had my ring, my ultra-human ring, and I've never really done a proper review of the ring and why I use the ring and why I continue to use the ring. I think the main thing with me is that I use it for my sleep. That is the main thing for me. I find it really fascinating how it works out things like restlessness, it works out your temperature, it works out whether you've had an optimum amount of time to sleep. The thing that's always baffled me, and I still haven't been able to work out how to control, is my HR drop. And that is the drop of my heart rate drop, the lowest drop of heart rate that you can get, and you get it when you're asleep. And mine has a tendency to it drops very, very late. So just before I actually get up, it comes back, it drops. Hang on, I'm going to have to change this camera because you're wonking too much. Right, I've had to change where you are. Oh dear, sorry about that. Yeah, so about my ring and yeah, the HR drop. So that's been a challenge for me. I can't quite work out what I'm doing with that. But I find it really interesting. The other night I had an alarm came up on my ring. It wasn't so much an alarm as I had a pop-up on my phone, and it warned me that I perhaps had a fever, and it was when I was getting all these kind of really bad hot flushes because it does your temperature. And I actually think I really enjoyed doing the ring. The ring also does it gives you a caffeine window as well. So it lets you know when you should be consuming caffeine and when you shouldn't be consuming caffeine according to your sleep patterns. It counts all your steps. It does your movement. It counts how much UV you've had as well. It's really good. And honestly, I don't think I have exhausted everything that it does, because there's also lots of updates that come out as well. But I do like it very, very much. I wear it on my middle finger here. It was on this hand, but I have quite a knobbly joint on this hand, and I found it difficult to get it on and off. It's very, very light. They come in so many different colors as well. Like I said, they've updated all the software, and so they're getting new ones out all the time. I will link it below, the one that I've got, and it's really great. I never take it off. I only take it off to charge when I go into the shower. I don't really want to wear it in the shower. When I go into the shower, I take it off, I put it on the little charging thing, and I just charge it, and it charges very quickly because I charge it like every day. But you don't have to. It will go days and days without it being charged. And yeah, it's really, really good. And I know that you probably see me wear it all the time, but I've never really talked about it. And that is my kind of very quick review. I mean, I have an Apple Watch, but my Apple Watch is so old. I only use it to tell me what I have on my calendar and also the time. That's it. And if I get a phone call, it will ring on there as well. So if I don't really have the phone in the proximity of where I need it, like if I'm in the garden, it will ring on my watch. But that's all I use my Apple Watch for. I never use it for anything else, not for any kind of health data as such. I use the ring. There we are. So I am now going to go and I am going to clock off, and thank you all very, very much for watching me once again on my vlog. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, give us a thumbs up, and also if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button as well, and you will be getting more vlogs from me as we go into the more what they call the cozier time. I'm actually finding that it's not really, I'm not feeling any coolness in me, because I'm getting it's the last couple of months I've been getting quite a lot of hot flushes. So for me, I'm still in t-shirts and vest tops and everything. I'm not wearing any kind of sweaters or jumpers or jackets or anything like that. Sometimes a jacket if it's really, really windy, but other than that, no way. So it's going to be interesting in the winter to see what I'm going to be wearing. When I was trying on my clothes upstairs, I was getting toasty, very toasty. Anyhow, the rest of that clothing haul will be on the next vlog as well. And I will do a sum up of the whole lot with the foundation jacket. It's quite a lot of information. So I thought that I would split it into two, otherwise this vlog's just going to go on and on and on. All right, well, I'm off to Aldi. Aldi here in our town has just had a facelift, and I haven't been since, and I went off Aldi for a long time and I'm back on it again. I think it's an interesting place. All right, I will see you later. Bye. See ya.